What if I told you a man sold the Eiffel Tower, not once, but twice? This one's gonna blow your mind. Meet Victor Lustig. Born in 1890 in Austria-Hungary, this man was a professional scammer with flair. He was charming, multilingual, stylish. Basically, if James Bond ditched MI6 to pursue a life of high-stakes cons, you'd get Victor. By his 20s, Victor was already scamming his way across Europe and the United States with his infamous money printing machine. Now, let me break this down for you. This wasn't some high-tech device. It was a fancy-looking box that printed cash. He'd demonstrate it to his marks, and boom, it would spit out real bills. But here's the kicker. It only worked twice before reverting to printing blank paper. Why? Because Victor manually fed real cash in for the first two prints. By the time his victims figured out they'd been duped, Lustig was halfway across the country, laughing his way to the next con. But Victor? Oh, he wasn't just satisfied with ripping off random businessmen. He wanted to pull off the ultimate con. The type of scam that would go down in history. And that's when the Eiffel Tower caught his eye. Picture this. It's 1925. Paris is buzzing, but the Eiffel Tower? Not so much. Built in 1889, it was now considered kind of ugly. Expensive to maintain, rusting, and a drain on the city's budget. It was even rumored the government wanted it torn down. And that's when Victor had an idea so crazy, it was genius. He forged a stack of official-looking documents, crafted a story that sounded just believable enough, and adopted the persona of a high-ranking government official. The mission? To convince a buyer that the Eiffel Tower was being sold for scrap metal. Yeah, that's right. Sell the Eiffel Tower. Enter André Poisson. Poor guy. He was a struggling businessman, hungry for a big break. He wanted wealth, status, power, the kind of stuff that makes your enemies jealous. And Victor? Well, he could smell that desperation like a bloodhound. Poisson was the perfect mark. Victor set the trap. He explained, very discreetly of course, that the Eiffel Tower was being quietly sold off by the French government to avoid public outrage. He spun a story so smooth it could have been silk. The tower was too expensive to maintain, and the government wanted it scrapped. Fast. And guess who had been entrusted to oversee this top-secret sale? Yep, our boy Victor. This is it. My chance. If I buy the Eiffel Tower, I'll be set for life. Rich, powerful, unstoppable. But Victor wasn't done. Oh no. He hinted that there were other buyers interested, powerful buyers. And if André wanted the deal, well, he'd need to grease the wheels. You know, a little something under the table to speed up the paperwork. And just like that, Victor walked away with a massive bribe and the payment for the Eiffel Tower. André thought he was a business genius. Victor? He was already halfway to Vienna, probably chuckling at how easy it was. But here's the real kicker. André was too embarrassed to tell anyone he'd been conned. I mean, imagine admitting to your friends that you just bought the Eiffel Tower like it was a used car. So, Victor, he got away with it. But Lustig wasn't done. Nope. He came back a month later and tried to sell the Eiffel Tower again. I mean, the audacity, the confidence. This guy had nerves of steel. Except this time, his target got suspicious. Red flags were flying. And when Victor sensed the deal was about to blow up, he did what he did best. He ran, narrowly escaping the police and vanishing like a magician. But even legends have their downfall. After years of running scams, like counterfeiting U.S. currency so good it almost crashed banks, Victor's luck ran out. In 1935, the FBI finally caught him. And where do you send a guy who's outsmarted the entire planet? Alcatraz. Yep, the infamous Rock. He was sentenced to 20 years, and let's just say, prison life wasn't really his vibe. Lustig died behind bars in 1947, but his legend, oh, that lives on. To this day, he's remembered as the king of cons, the man who sold the Eiffel Tower twice. And André? Well, he stayed quiet, too embarrassed to admit he got played, which, ironically, is why Victor got away with it the first time. The moral of the story? If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And if someone offers to sell you a world landmark, maybe just walk away. Thanks for watching, folks. If you loved this wild ride, smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more insane stories. Got a crazy tale you want us to cover? Hit up the comments. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe double-check before buying iconic landmarks.